Hello everyone, welcome to a YouTube video, and in this video we are going to be doing a new series. This is going to be called Education with Leah, and so in this series I plan on doing a few different, things you could say, and one of the things that I'm going to be doing is an ecology series. Now, I personally love ecology. I just find it kind of fascinating how you can study how things interact with each other, how they interact with their environment, and such like that. So, before I reveal anything else with my stupid natter, let's go ahead and get started. And for future reference, if you hear any weird noises in the background, it's because my new puppy, Nico, he's sitting here chewing on a nyla because he's teething right now, so that's why you hear any weird noises in the background. So I understand I haven't really been filming lately, but I decided that since I reinstalled my filming software after I got a new computer, that I'd do a new series, that way I would keep being active. And I actually verified my phone number on YouTube, so now I can do live streams and various stuff like that. So that'll be something to check out in the future if I get enough subscribers, and if my channel gets enough interest. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is an ecology. Now, I actually set up all of these slides using a bunch of images, so none of these are mine and none of the art is mine, but it's free to use because, well, I looked up the copyright. But basically, I created all these scenes using various images. So, what is ecology? Ecology is defined in many ways, however, the definition that scientists have come to agree on is pretty simple. Ecology is the study of how living things interact with each other in the environment in which they're presented in. So basically, how would this little snow fox here interact if there was no snow? And if they were in, living near an active volcano, for example, and it was really hot, how would they react? That's basically what ecology is. Abiotic versus biotic. There are two categories in ecology which can be used to describe how both living and non-living things can interact. An abiotic factor is something that is not alive, and a biotic factor is something that is alive. So an abiotic factor that would be a good one to say would be a rock. So a rock in the ocean, when you skip rocks, how does it affect possibly these jellyfish that are living in that ocean and they're alive? Even though they don't really have a brain and they don't really think, but they're still alive. So what's an ecosystem? In the world, there are many ecosystems, and throughout evolution, humans have wandered into various ecosystems, finding many different things within each. But the general question is, what is an ecosystem? An ecosystem can be defined as a group of biotic and abiotic factors in an area that interact with each other. So for example, how does this bird interact with these mountains in the background? And how do these two lions here interact with the Saharan grass in the desert and savanna? So the main idea of ecology. There are many different ideas within ecology as a whole, but the main idea that ecologists in the real world focus on, and this is basically the question that they ask, is how does blank interact with blank? So how does that bird interact with the climate, or how does this dog interact with the environment surrounding it, such as this marshland? Parts of an ecosystem. When discussing different parts in an ecosystem, remember the individual part and the part as a whole. The individual could be that one elephant, and the whole could be the herd of elephants that this elephant lives in. Population. Population can be defined as all members of the same species that live in the same general area. The population can be defined as broad or narrow. So, for example, broad would be elephants that live in the entire mid-African region. So basically that's all of the Saharan desert, any savannas and things like that. And narrow could be the elephants that live within 15 miles of a specific watering hole in the mid-African region. So for example, if it was a little hole that had water in it, I guess that's what a water hole is, but if a group of elephants lived there, that would be the population in that 15-mile radius. Community. The different parts in an ecosystem can affect general equilibrium, which basically means balance, because it's equal, it needs to be equal. So the community is all living organisms within the general area of each other. So, say for example, this elk and this, Alaskan, I absolutely love the background in this one, it's really pretty to me. But, so for example, this elk, how does he interact with the community of other elks in that area? That would be a good question. levels. In total, there are 4 levels in ecology. We've discussed all of them in this video, whether or not you've actually known that or not. So it starts with the individual, the population, then the community, and then the ecosystem as a whole. And all of these levels can come together to create one large ecosystem, which is home to many different species and populations of life. So all of this can come together and create a giant ecosystem that's home to pretty much every living thing, and I'll get more into that in the next few slides. So the whole. The ecosystem as a whole includes practically everything that is both abiotic and biotic in that entire material plane. So anything that can exist in that area, basically. So abiotic factors can affect biotic factors and vice versa. Biotic factors can affect abiotic factors. So for example, this hare, if it was being hunted by a wolf that's somewhere over here, it is affected by another biotic factor. But if this hare were to die of starvation first, that would be an interaction with an abiotic factor because it couldn't find any herbs or grass because the snow is here. So that would be an abiotic factor. Do abiotic factors matter? Yes, because without abiotic factors here on Earth, life would be much different. Imagine the world without a sun. We wouldn't be living if we didn't have the sun to provide warmth and energy, as well as oxygen. And without the moon, we wouldn't have tides, which would majorly affect ocean life. And what if the Earth didn't spin on its axis? Ocean travel would be lost for humans and animals, because of the Coriolis effect mainly. What is a biosphere? So if you've ever heard of the biosphere, it's a pretty important thing to consider in ecology. Biosphere is like a meta-ecosystem, and it contains all the ecosystems that are somehow connected to each other in some way or form. The Earth as a whole is a giant ecosystem, or a biosphere. A biosphere is a better way to basically, define it because it contains pretty much every living and non-living thing. It contains everything that's necessary for life and everything that's needed to basically live like we do. So it has oxygen, it has water, it has lakes, oceans, rivers, streams, has carbon dioxide, plants, all that different stuff. Okay, sorry if you hear a big ruckus in the background. That's my dogs, they're fighting. And I believe this is the last slide. And basically I made this in Google Docs. Or not Google Docs, Google Slides. But, just gonna hold on real fast. Okay, so sorry about that. Kind of struggling here. Trying not to really, reveal anything. I actually had to make this for my school, and it was actually because I'm taking a Biology 1 class in high school. They have actually started offering ecology within biology as a whole, and we can either do the regular biology course or we can do this, and I actually enjoy ecology more, and there's a few games that I actually play that involve ecology, so ecology is basically everywhere. Whether you realize it or not, it is places that you know. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys all later. Bye! Oh, phew. Bye!